Well, I know it's been a while, guys. Yep. Not sure if you guys ever saw, I did put rear fenders on it and the factory taillights. But, being dumb, I started beating on it more than I should have. And I popped the head gasket. Now, with popping the head gasket, I kind of knew that it happened, but didn't know that it happened. And I was, I don't know, a few minutes from home. And I just drove it. I didn't think it was overheating, but I did notice it was idling high and started smoking a little bit. Didn't smell like coolant though. And well, it was smoking a lot of it by the time I got home. But didn't seem to be overheating. Then again, my temp gauge works when it wants to in here. But I got out, got my temp gauge, and it was 314 degrees. Still ran after, obviously. I mean, it didn't like to run because the head gasket was severely blown, which I'll put a clip in. But, the head seems like it's fine. It's probably gonna need to be decked. But I don't know. I'm at that crossroads where I started already pulling all the bell housing bolts out. I'm gonna pull the bottom end to reseal it. But I think I'm gonna totally redo everything. Basically like start from scratch, honestly, like rip this body off, and do it the right way the first time. And I'm not gonna use the word rush, but there's a lot of thought kind of went into this. But take my time in rebuilding and, going through the motor. But, well, there's also the turbo setup, as we all know, was pretty hacked up. Basically held on by hose clamps at the end. Manifold bolt got stripped out, coming apart. And the turbo is still pretty good, but I'm probably going to go to a T3, T4 style. But, otherwise, the car hasn't really changed. I'm trying to think of what else you guys have missed with me being really bad at continually uploading. But I'm not sure if I said anything, but I did get a couple tickets for no fenders, this and that. And so I got the rears on. I kind of, if you're a VW guy, you'll know that these are kind of fucked up and go up on the quarter panel. That's purposely done because the wheelbase is off. But honestly, if I didn't point it out, you probably wouldn't notice. This way, it centers the rear tire in the rear arch. I did get front fenders, but the issue is they're the wrong year front fenders. I can make them work. But honestly, at first, I really want to do this like a really ratty build. But to be honest, I kind of want to go through this and do it the right way. Like I said before, I did say I was rip this body off. I don't know yet. I have a feeling that I'm probably just gonna get that head deck, throw a head gasket on, throw it back together, and run it like an NA, just factory NA setup, and get a front end on it because I'm gonna have to cut this whole front end off and find another bug. But run this, try to make it as factory as possible. Just driving down the road, you honestly probably would have noticed that it was, a Miata chassis. But I do want to find another 1.8 Miata. A lot more benefits kind of to a 1.8 chassis other than, a lot more aftermarket world for the motors and stuff just cheaper. I mean, turbo stuff, but, and a lot more stuff you can find kind of used, sort of say. Not that I'm trying to save a buck, but yeah, she is, honestly, I probably did put about 3,000 miles on it in total. went to a lot of shows, met a lot of awesome people, and the story's not over. It's definitely gonna continue. And like I said, I'm going to be building another one. I gotta fix this one first. And like I said, I'm going back to NA factory. I have all the factory stuff. I think the only thing I need to buy or find is a 1.6 mass airflow MAF sensor. And I think Ruddy has one of those. But yeah, no, I'm gonna insert a clip now of when the head gasket popped. Well, let's see if I can do this one-handed. That's fucked. And as you saw, well, I said not when I said when it popped, but that's when I found out it popped. But also an update, I did sell the Suburban. No, we thought we fixed the trans in one of the last videos, but we did not. It messed up again, and honestly kind of sat here for like 3-4 weeks. And I had a buddy that was interested in it, gave me an offer that, you know, at least it goes to a place where when he's done with it, I can buy it back. But he's going to get the trans fixed. But in hindsight, last night, I kept telling myself I needed a really good tow rig. And I wanted to stay Chevy because I love, you know, Chevy drivetrains in general, minus their transmissions. And I scooped up this 94 3500 HD 10 lug with a huge flatbed, all the toolboxes have keys for everything. 19.5s. Interior's a little whatever, but it is 5-speed. It's NV4500. It's got tints. But the best part about this thing, I don't know how great we're gonna be able to see it at nighttime, but how clean it is. Like, you guys can barely see it, but there's not a lick of rust on this thing whatsoever. Not a spot of rust or rot. So it is a 350, which I thought was kind of cool. I mean, it'd probably turn off a lot of people being a small block, but these things are geared like crazy and it'll pull just fine. I think this truck's gross GVW is 15,000 pounds. But it runs great, doesn't leak anything. I mean, I think the valve cover gaskets were getting a little wet, but, you know, picked this up last night. Once I get it registered and put it through its paces, there's a couple things it needs, like the clutch master needs to be bled, or the slave cylinder needs to be bled. And, yeah, it's got 151,000 miles on it, which... not sure how it's accurate because the speedometer, I don't believe, works. But I am going to get a door and a fender, get it painted. I have a good body guy for that. And I want to make this thing perfect. I want to get 19 Fab Alcoas. Not sure what I'm doing with the bed yet. Whether I shorten the wheelbase and do something. But I am definitely going to get a crane for the bed, which I... might have one in storage for one of my old trucks. But yeah, we could definitely get ourselves a new tow rig. In hindsight, I'm sorry my garage is a absolute mess. But back to the Miata. I mean, nothing looks out of the ordinary. I mean, like I said, I need to check to see how bad it's out. I could always resurface it myself with a piece of glass and some sandpaper, but honestly, for what it costs just to get it decked at a shop, I kind of might as well, just to be on the safe side. It was the factory head gasket, and I believe it was between the second and third cylinder. It kind of went, as you can see, the kind of material's bit gone there. And you can kind of see it on the back of the head. Dropping now. But you can kind of see where it bridged right there. Otherwise, I honestly did not really see anything that would cause me to believe it. I didn't get any coolant in the oil. It was just straight going through into the exhaust. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to get better at my uploads. Maybe a couple videos on the old YTM. But thank you guys for watching.